Namaste. My name is Neelima. Welcome to Reflections Along the Way podcast, where you will be listening to reflections from learnings and experiences along my life's journey. In the last episode, we spoke about what Vedanta is, and we completed the episode talking about Mahavakyas. So the last Mahavakya we spoke about was Aham Brahmasmi, which states that I am Brahman, the total consciousness. Now, if Brahman is pure consciousness, our real nature, which is eternal, infinite, limitless, then why do we feel so limited? Why do we see ourselves so finite, and why do we go through all this pain and sorrow? How did we fall from the heights of that real nature to what we are feeling right now? That is what we will deal with in the next couple of episodes. Now, Vedanta, it does not accept that we really fell from reality. So the Upanishads again and again and again, they state that we are that supreme, we are that bliss-filled reality, as the Mahavakyas state. But we feel ignorant. We don't feel limitless. We feel very limited, right? We experience the plurality of the outer world. But Vedanta states that all the limitations that we are experiencing is nothing but an illusion, which is because of our non-apprehension of our real nature. Because we do not know our real nature, because we are ignorant of our real nature, that is why we experience the plurality of the outer world. Now, we all go through 3 states of consciousness, right? The waking, the dream, the deep sleep. All of us have this experience. So in each of these states, we have our own experience, which is unique to that particular state. Now, what Vedanta says or declares is that all these 3 worlds, the waking world, the dream world, and the deep sleep world, are unreal when we are seeing from the perspective of pure consciousness. Each of these states, each of these worlds have a relative reality only as long as we are in that respective state, right? We move from waking state to dream state to deep sleep state to waking state. And when we move through these states, we abandon the other 2, right? When we are in waking state, we abandon the reality of the dream state. Similarly, when we are in dream state, we abandon the waking state. Waking state reality is no more there. So what these great saints and sages concluded was that the waking world has no reason to claim that it is a greater reality than that of the dream state or the deep sleep state. This relative reality, which is experienced by the waker in the waking world or the dreamer in the dream world, is compared to the false superimposition of the impression of a snake on a rope. This is a very famous analogy in the Vedantic texts. A person who is walking in darkness somewhere where there is no proper light sees a curve-like thin object, and he's startled and just steps back because he thinks it's a snake. So there's so much fear within him, and then he starts sweating and all that. Then, like, somebody brings over a flashlight and he gets to see that is not a snake on the ground, it's a rope. It's just a mere rope. Rope is what is real, but the non-apprehension of the rope gave rise to the misapprehension of the snake. Because that person did not have the knowledge of the rope there because of darkness, he assumed that it was a snake. So the snake is an illusion in his mind. It does not exist in reality. Similarly, Brahman alone exists. When Brahman is not apprehended, then that non-apprehension causes the misapprehension of the world. So the entire world and our ideas of separate existence are nothing but superimpositions upon that one reality, Brahman. So just like how the non-apprehension of rope is causing the misapprehension of snake, and that gives rise to agitation, similarly the non-apprehension of Brahman gives rise to the misapprehension of the outer world, which causes us to have agitations and feel limited. This non-apprehension of Brahman is called ignorance, avidya. The macrocosmic aspect of avidya, which is like the ignorance of all beings, is called Māyā. So that's why Māyā is said to be the cause of the creation of the world. Just as ignorance is the cause of creation of our own subjective world. So as an individual, I am Nilima plus ignorance. Similarly, Ishvara, the Lord of creation, is Brahman plus Māyā. So Māyā it's an inexplicable power which is inherent in Brahman. Just as heat is an inherent power in fire. Fire and heat are inseparable, like two sides of a coin. Similarly, Brahman, the reality, the supreme reality, and Māyā, which is the seed of all creation, are inseparable.
Thank you for listening to today's reflections. If you would like to connect with me, please visit bluishmuse.com. Until next time, Namaste.